Okay, now for the exercises, we're going to be starting off with this particular warm-up. It's called the cat camel. Now the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to try to get on all fours like this, and I would like to try to get the knee joint directly underneath the hip joint like this, and try to get the wrist and the ankle lined up as well as you can this way. And the first thing that I'd like for you to try to do is to push up on the spine this way and tuck the chin down, trying to form an arch with your back this way. And you're just going to push up just as far as you can, and then after that you're going to bring it down like this. You're going to push down into the spine, kind of raising the chin up this way a little bit. And what we want you to do is to go up, down, up, down. Okay, I think it says 5 to 7 times on the instruction sheet. And that's all you need to do to get warmed up. Okay, and then we're going to go down to the next exercise called the bird dog. So this is a picture of the bird dog, and you're going to start off from that same cat camel position. And what I want you to do is to extend the opposite arm and leg. You see, in this case I've lifted my right arm and my left leg. Now what I'd like for you to do is, when you lift the arm, is I want you to tighten up all of the muscles in this area over here, as if somebody is trying to push down on the arm and you're resisting them. The same thing with the leg muscles. When you extend it out, I would like for you to tighten up all of the hip and back muscles over here, as if somebody is trying to push down on the leg and you're giving resistance. You're just going to squeeze all of these muscles isometrically, it's called. And then when you squeeze here and your back muscles, you're going to have a crossover effect that's going to really tighten up those muscles like that. Then what we want you to do is, after you get everything contracted, I want you to take 2 slow breaths and use the belly to breathe. Okay, when you breathe in, the belly goes out, and when you blow your air out, the belly goes in. Alright, so read on the instructions about the sets and repetitions and times per day. Now the next exercise down is called the curl up. Now for the curl up, what we're going to do is lay down on your back, and I want you to have one leg straight, one leg bent up like this, just with the foot flat on the floor of the bed or whatever you happen to be on. And I want you to tuck your hands underneath the curve of your back right over here. You're going to stack your hands one on top of the other to try to support the little curve underneath your back. Now what I want you to do for this exercise is to try to lift the head and the shoulders at the same level. You're going to tighten up the front of the body over here, tighten up the tummy muscles, and you're going to try to lift the shoulders and the head. Okay, so actually what we want you to try to avoid doing is jutting the chin out in front of the shoulders. So what I tell patients to try to do is to try to actually lift here through your chest off the floor, the bed, the table, or whatever you're on. Try to lift this part of your body before your head comes up, and then that'll keep everything in line like it's supposed to. So what you want to try to do is to lift your body up. Just lift the shoulders up 2 or 3 inches. That's all it takes. It's not much range of motion. This is all about control. And then you're going to take 2 breaths with the belly right over here. Okay, you're going to breathe in with the belly goes out, and then when you breathe out, the belly goes in this way when you blow out. Okay, we want you to take 2 slow breaths and then let all of this back down and then relax. And then look on the exercises for your repetitions, sets, and how many times per day. Okay, then at the bottom of the page you're going to notice the side bridge exercise. I want you to lay down on your side, prop yourself up with your elbow like this. Try to have the elbow underneath the shoulder, and I want you to have the top foot in front of the bottom foot down over here. I want you to keep the knees straight. Try to keep the knees locked out. And what you're going to try to do is to lift the pelvis, keeping your body nice and straight this way. Try not to sag at all. Try to keep the body nice and straight, and hold that for 2 breaths using the belly to breathe. Remember, when you breathe in, the belly comes out, and when you breathe out, the belly goes in. You're going to hold it for 2 breaths and then let the pelvis down, and then you're going to relax. Okay? And I want you to look on the sheet for the number of repetitions, sets, and times per day. Now, I showed this picture with my hand like this over the shoulder. Okay, normally you can just rest your hand over here on the side of your leg, but I showed a picture like this with my hand on the shoulder for in case some people have shoulder problems. So if the shoulder is weak or if it hurts, you put your hand right there and you're going to pull down this way into the shoulder joint. Okay, and that's going to kind of shore the shoulder up so that you can do this exercise for a couple of 3 seconds while you're taking 2 breaths. Okay, so do a few repetitions on this side and flip over and do a few repetitions on the other side. Okay, so those are going to be your exercises.